Hi everyone, it's Jen Fontanilla, your financial and money coach. I'm committed to helping women take control of their finances so that they can gain clarity, hope, and confidence in order to live out their purpose and their passion. And as some of you know, I have my book coming out, Do Before I Do. Let me show that to you. I love showing this cover. It's how to have open conversations about money, avoid fights and breakups, and create a blissful financial future together. And so what I've been doing is taking different concepts from the book in different chapters to just kind of give you a taste and flavor of the different topics that I talk about. And, one of the reasons, the biggest reason I wrote it is because, I went through a divorce myself almost about 10 years ago. And one of the things as I, not only going through it myself, but having a lot of my friends go through similar situations. Many, got divorced as well. I mean, many are still married, but, the statistics, and some of us got divorced. And so when I would ask people, what happened, it was a lot around money. A lot of it had to do with communication. A lot of it had to do with disagreements about how money was spent, how to manage it and whatnot. So there was a strong correlation, not only from the statistics and the figures and the research that I've done, but also in real life. I was able to take the numbers and compare it to things that I saw in not only my own experience, but from people that I personally knew. And so one of the things I was like, gosh, why does it have to be this way? And money is such a strange thing. It's very emotionally charged. People have different viewpoints of it. People have different experiences. We all have different upbringing. And we sometimes don't even realize that upbringing has a drastic effect on how we make the decisions and the choices that we make. One of the things I'm doing with clients is I also take a look at what is their background, their history, their bio when it comes to money. What was your upbringing like? How did growing up with your mom or your dad, or maybe a another relative or guardian, how was their viewpoint of money? And how a lot of times I don't even think we're even thinking about it. This is not something we're taught in school. I mean, we're not even taught how to do a lot of people aren't even taught how to do a budget. So why would we even think that learning the psychology behind the, why we do what we do would even be taught in school? So this is why it's been such a fascinating thing for me. And, just to give you a little background, before I even went into this field, and I'm also a designer, I wanted to be a doctor. So it's kind of nice for me, being in the financial services industry for over 15 years, and then combining it now with science and neuroscience and neuroeconomics. I really love it. I enjoy it because it's taking the nerdy brain science stuff and combining it with money and taking a look at, wow, how does this all affect us? This is so crazy. We don't learn about it. And there's some breakups I even had personally where I did my own money bio and history, and I'm thinking, wow, I got this from my mom, I got this from my dad, and I see why I do what I do. And so, one of the chapters I talk about is attitudes and beliefs, and I wanted to just talk about, some 4 major categories, and we call them, money scripts. It's like, how do we look at money, or how do we view it? It's like the attitudes and beliefs that we had. And so I wanted to just share, 4 of them with you. And of course, I go into more detail in the book. So, I just wanted to break down some of the things that I want you to get a taste of it, so you can understand, like, wow, we don't understand, or we don't even stop to think, like, oh, how is this affecting us, right? Oh my gosh, you stop and think, like, I had no idea. I never paid attention to that. And so check out one of these and see which one resonates with you. So the first one is money avoidance. And those who avoid talking about money view money as, negative. It's a source of fear and anxiety or disgust. Some people think it's bad. And so, these attitudes come from having, money avoidance. And, here, I'll give you an example. They're the people that'll say things like, oh, money's the root of all evil, which, by the way, is a misquote from the Bible. It's the love of money is the root of all evil. But that's not what we're talking about here. So they'll say things like that, or they'll believe that, rich people are greedy and they don't deserve money. And so you see the kind of attitude and where they're coming from. So that would be money avoidance. The second one is money worship. And money worshipers generally believe that money will solve all their problems and that life will get better with the more money they have. some people have this thought process of like, yeah, if I just had this, I don't want to say that that's completely wrong, because, I do understand, we do have, a certain lifestyle to live. I mean, necessities and whatnot. And we need food, clothing, shelter, those types of things. But, there's also something to be said about, having, contentment and understanding, like, there are other things that are just as important or more important, but that it's not only about money. But when you have money worship, these people don't know how to be content with what they have. So that's, they'll say things like, things would be better if I had more money, or, more money would make me happier, or, I just can't have it, you could just never have enough. And so you can see, where they're coming from. The third one is money status. And these are the people who have to purchase the name brands. There's no way in hell they'd buy generic. And money symbolizes, who they are. And for them, money is what defines them. And, people that have this particular money script will say things like, I won't buy something unless it's new, or money gives life meaning, or, love this one, your self-worth equals your net worth. And so, these are the people that spend money quickly, and they financially depend on other people. And so, ironically, these people in this group tend to have a poor financial health. So it's almost like this facade of, when they have this money script. And the last one is money vigilance. And these people practice frugality. They understand the importance of saving, the importance of building an emergency fund, and they're discreet with their level of income, because they don't want to tell people. It's not something they feel like, oh, let me tell the world. They believe it's important to save for a rainy day, or they would be embarrassed to share how much they make. So the good news, it's not that, oh, okay, it's bad if you're this, it's good that you're that. I want to stress that the important thing that I want you to take away from understanding your money script, or your money history, your money bio, which I go through, with clients, helping them understand where do their attitudes and beliefs and their behaviors come from. Because when we can identify, where we are at and where those things came from, it helps us understand, oh, okay, I see why I do that. I had no idea. Even for me, like I've shared before, like I've had my own personal breakthroughs where, like, oh my gosh, that's why, I do that. Or that, for me, there was something that came up from age 4, and I realized, okay, this is why it's been hard for me to accept gifts. I don't ask for gifts. It's very weird for me to have somebody spend money on me. And that's always been very odd. So I'll truth be told, it's actually weird when I see people complain about their partner, asking to like take them shopping or buy me this, buy me that, because I can't really relate to that. But it was because of something that happened to me at age 4 that had to do with something that my parents bought me this balloon. I popped it, and I'm not going to go into the whole story, but because of that incident, it made me feel guilty. And so now I don't, I have a hard time asking. I don't like to ask for things. I don't like, if somebody gives me a gift, I graciously accept it, and I'm grateful because it symbolizes, our friendship, or that they care about me, they love me. But I'm not going to be that person like, hey, take me shopping. And it's odd. So, but the point that I'm trying to make is that when you understand, where your money script or your story comes from, you're going to be able to better identify how to progress forward and how to make better decisions, because it's not just like, I don't know why I'm like that. I don't know why I can't get a handle on the spending plan. I don't know why I keep spending money, or I don't know why I can't save money, whatever it may be. And so when you're able to identify those things, you can put together a strategy, with the help of somebody, and you can also, develop the steps that it takes to make financial progress and, increase your financial health. So, I just always found that so fascinating. And as I've been studying it more and more, I think it's such an important, it's important work and personal development for somebody to do. And I almost feel like it's kind of new. It's not, but it is, because even for me being in this industry for this long, discovering that, doing the money coaching and whatnot, what an amazing, revelation that people can discover. And for some of the clients that I've done this with, they're just like, wow, that was an interesting exercise. So I talk about money attitudes and beliefs and encourage people to think about, where do you think this comes from? What do you think you learned from your mom? What do you think you learned from your dad? And, or whoever it was that you may have been raised by, may not have been your, your biological parents, or, it's just this thing that you never really think about. It's not an exercise we're typically given. And so I think it's fascinating, and I think it's great when people are able to discover where those things come from, or, discover, something that you probably never thought of. And so anyhow, I wanted to share those money scripts with you, and to share that there is a science behind all of this. So when it comes to understanding attitudes and beliefs, yes, this is not just some woo-woo pulling it out of the air. It's actually backed up by some science and research. So with that said, more of that is in the book, Do Before I Do. And if you haven't gotten your free download, you can get that at dobeforeido.com to get your 5 ways to managing money together. So thanks for tuning in. Until next time, take care. Thank you.